Hello, hello. It's your favorite Alexis, Texas, and we're back. Season 2, Private Talk. I'm excited that we are back and we keep these episodes coming. Today we have Dr. Rahi, the anti-aging doctor, with us. Hello, hello, and welcome to Private Talk.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited to have you on our couch. You know, this season is about changing it up and getting a knowledge about every kind of walks of like what's going on. You know, we need to educate everybody. So I'm excited for you to be on my couch. Let my Private Talk listeners know where we can find you, what you want to talk about with us today.
I'm a medical doctor based out of Beverly Hills, and you can find me. My Instagram is at Dr. Rahi MD, and my website is www.drrahi.com.
Nice. So we can see you there. And tell us a little bit more. I know that your approach about how you kind of get your clients and things like that is kind of more unconventional of types. You've used social media as a big platform, since, the media is a big thing. And, when social media, why not use that as advertising? Have you seen a big change in like numbers with clients when you went that route?
I've actually, since I started my private practice, I've always used social media as my main form of marketing. And I think over the past few years, as my business grows, my social media grows, and they sort of go hand in hand. And I found it a very useful tool for my specific area of medicine.
So do you find that people is it more because of a reference tool, or just because your work speaks for yourself there? Like, how did you figure out that, route of going that way and kind of utilizing all those tools together?
How I figured it out, I think I just saw that was the trend that businesses were taking. And I related easily with, I use a lot more Instagram, a little bit of Facebook. I try to do Twitter, but I'm just not that motivated.
Yeah.
And I feel that if I overwhelm myself with too many, social media outlets, that'll be too much work. So I focus really on Instagram and a little bit of Facebook. And I've always, from the beginning, I've always thought that was the route my business should be taking.
Okay. So with COVID and everything going on, currently, what, has it impacted your profession? What have you used or have to do to kind of change and shift your business to keep it going throughout this time?
Yeah, so it definitely has impacted my business. At the start of COVID, I closed my office for about 2 months, and I was doing telemedicine because a lot of the services I was providing was non-essential. I do also do IV vitamins, so I was doing a little bit of IV vitamins, but mainly telehealth. And then slowly we've reopened, but I've learned to adapt my practice to COVID.
For sure. That's kind of what we've had to do too. We, took a time out because of all the safety precautions, and now it's we just do more testing and make sure that everybody's on, set or around you is tested and things like that. So is it declined as far as your clients now, or is it still steady, rapid of what,
I would say definitely it has increased during COVID. A lot more people are open to doing procedures because they're wearing masks.
And you have more downtime to...
Yeah, and so people have more downtime. And everyone's on Zoom, so they're analyzing their faces.
Oh, that makes sense.
All day long.
So what exactly procedures do you do at your practice?
I do lots of different procedures. My main top procedures these days are Pdo Threads. Have you heard of Pdo Threads before?
Let Private Talk know what that is. I kind of know a little bit, but not really. I feel I know I've seen friends kind of lift the threads, kind of
yeah, exactly.
It's like a non-surgical facelift.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I mean, facelift, that term is used loosely because it's more about collagen stimulation, contouring, and you're not going to get the drastic results you get with a facelift, but I like that because I like the more natural look anyways.
So that's kind of more where the theme's going now.
Yeah.
The trend of things going.
Well, people are starting younger because, it's all about self-care. So people are realizing that it is, and both genders are now participating more and more. And so aesthetics is heading towards more prevention and doing things that are easier, outpatient, not surgical, to maintain their looks.
So it's actually kind of boosted your industry, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Nice. So what is the ratio from men to women to getting like procedures, Botox or any of those? You've been doing the threads as well?
I'd say maybe 60-40. Yeah. I mean, the two clients that I have that have gotten the most threads are males, and they're both my friends.
Nice. Do you kind of like suggest things to your friends, or do they ask you to come to be like a guinea pig and be like, hey, can we do this? Or how does that actually work? A little bit of both. Okay.
It's just a mixture. If you're my friend, you probably have had something injected in your face.
Nice. Can't be mad at that. Gotta take care of her.
Even my parents, my dad. I still haven't gotten my brother, but everybody else in my family I've been able to get.
So what would you give as advice to like your younger self, knowing all the knowledge that you know about injectables, all these like non-invasive type surgeries? Like what advice would you give yourself personally and to my listeners out there?
It's all about really good skincare, because the injectables are important, and starting when you feel that you're noticing slight changes and starting minimally is better than jumping in when you're 45 and needing more than one procedure at a time, at the same time.
Okay. Have you ever treated anybody that has had like an addictive personality to cosmetic surgery where you've kind of had to be like, no, I don't think this is okay, or anything like that? Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, I can't give patient specifics, but you'll definitely see it in the industry that I'm in. You'll see people coming in and having unrealistic expectations, or developing an addiction to it just because there's that satisfaction of, for example, when you get your lips done and they're really plump, there's that satisfaction, and then they kind of die down after a few weeks, and then you want that pout again,
and you want more, and it's just you don't know when to stop.
But I'm usually very cautious, and if someone's going overboard, I definitely won't touch them.
So do you suggest it? How do you go about that? You just be suggestive about it, or you completely deny doing anything for them?
It depends patient by patient. So if I think that something else would be helpful, something more non-invasive, I'll suggest that. Or if I think they just need to take a break, then I'll suggest that as well. And I've done all of those.
What would you say would be the youngest patient you've ever had?
I had I've treated adolescents for acne. Okay. So I've done that, and it's usually quite effective because I do a lot of microneedling, because the younger you are, the more you're able to regenerate quickly, and microneedling is based on your own body's immune system regenerating. So but for injectables, they have to be an adult, and it has to be within reason.
So what age range would you say?
I want the truth!
Don't lie to us here on Private Talk.
For injectables, I mean anywhere as low 20s.
Okay, so what about with the oldest?
The oldest patient I've ever had, I'd say somewhere in their 70s.
What would you think is what is your utmost favorite procedure to do, or just do anything like that? You could do it all day.
Yeah. Okay. My two most favorite procedures are the Pdo Threads, and I like doing lip filler.
So why are those two your favorites?
Pdo Threads is fun. It's a cool procedure to perform in itself. I like the techniques. It's just very interesting how I can, use this vector and then create a lift with, a unique vector, and it's almost an art. And the same thing with lip filler. It's an art.
Nice. I like that. I feel like everybody has their own niche and kind of thing. With me, it's in the entertainment. I like to entertain people, get to know people, and that. So it's it comes across differently. That's why it's it's intriguing to see in different fields. It's the same thing, but in different matters, like a lip injection or
exactly.
So I'm sure you're a very busy woman. How is your dating life? Is it is it hard to do these days? The COVID's going too. Are you Zoom dating? Tell Private Talk about that.
It's non-existent.
It happens.
It's non-existent.
Is it because of COVID or because of choice? Because you're a very attractive lady. I'm sure you have lots of people in your DMs. You're big on social media. You're a doctor in Beverly Hills, so you have all these great accolades, I'm sure. that you have all these men knocking on your door?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel just maybe uninspired.
Okay.
And also COVID.
So do you think that you're uninspired because of COVID? Is it just like, I mean, everybody right now, it's a crazy time. Everyone's in a little funk of things, you know? So it's like, sometimes you just got to get out there. That's why it's intriguing.
I think I sometimes don't even know what I'm looking for because I'm like just uninspired by some of these guys out there these days.
That's sad.
I know.
There's not a good choice. I mean, I'm single myself, and dating is hard in general, and just, you know, just awful. And then you put COVID out there, and then it's just like, what do you do now? You really get to know people, you know, all kinds of sides of people. But I feel like it's always also too about like taking different steps, and kind of, you know, this whole thing has kind of slowed us all down and kind of redirected our lives and what's important to us and things like that. And that's why I asked, like, the funk of COVID is sometimes you just gotta go on a Zoom date, girl.
If I have to.
Dating apps these days, you know what I mean? It's, you know,
it's hard to even keep up with all the dating apps.
Well, that's why you got to pick one and
there's
stick
so
with
many.
it. But just pick one.
Yeah.
So because you're, you know, a doctor in Beverly Hills, do you get a lot of like celebrity people that have you dated? Or do you do more just like an average any guy?
Myself dating. Yeah. You know, I hadn't dated for a while. I just got out of a relationship, and that was not with a celebrity guy, but he was just some guy, and that's it. I don't want to talk more about it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, there's always like, maybe that's just why you haven't done it. It's like the healing time. You need your time to by yourself and kind of figure everything out and get you out of that funk.
I think I agree with you on that. And then, you know, yesterday they put out those orders that like all restaurants in LA are going to shut down. So I'm like, damn it, like it's just gonna isolate us more.
That's true, but that's why, you know, we have to kind of change and adapt with the times of like either me myself, I was never a big FaceTimer. I've FaceTimed more in my life the last, I don't know, kind of months, which is kind of cool because it's still that interaction where you don't lose that part of it. Yeah. But it's also not a job, but it's like you gotta make time for it. Yeah. You know, and that's kind of like what, you know, the whole shift in the world and change is like, just we make time for what we want to make time for now. And you can't have an excuse of, I'm busy. Well, what are you really doing? You're sitting on your couch watching Netflix. Put that down. Well, you know,
I've been working.
True, but I'm just saying the average people themselves, you know, your business, like you said, is booming right now, which is an amazing, you know, thing. And there's so many people that are less fortunate that don't have, you know, or lost their jobs or had to take maybe less time with their jobs. Yeah. So those were, you know, the masses of everything, you know, and there's times if we're always, you know, myself, I've stayed busy with private talk, just preparing for season 2 and, you know, kind of seeing the direction and doing my homework. But there's also those times I'm watching Netflix. I've watched lots of series during this time, probably more than I've ever have. But again, you need that downtime.
We do. And I think we're all realizing that more and more that this downtime is so valuable for our health.
That's awesome. So let us know again where we can find you on your social media, where we can follow you and see more of your work, and maybe some of my private talk listeners will you go into your private practice over there and get something done. I may have to go with myself.
You want to come in?
I will.
You should come in.
I will. I like to see it all. I'm into. I myself, you know, I've dabbled, but I haven't really gone all the way. But you know, I'm not opposed to anything.
I mean,
the threads kind of scare me. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of I've seen pages and stuff, and so I know kind of what it was, but I didn't really know the terms of anything. But it looks kind of scary a little bit.
It's not that scary. We numb you pretty well, and I walk you through the entire procedure. And you know, there's very minimal pain, and we have lots of different ways to ensure that you're comfortable. And you know, we walk you through the post-care too.
Do you have a lot of clients that you I guess is more longevity wise? So you know, like a plan of what they're routing and you.
Yeah, and I always recommend that to everybody actually. To when you're approaching your aesthetics, like your own personal aesthetics, to come up with a treatment plan, and that way you can space things out because you know it can add up. Mm-hmm. But you know you still can achieve really nice results if you sort of space it out and then really sort of put money aside for it.
I know that there's also other reasons, not just for aesthetic reasons, but medical reasons. From I've had a girlfriend when I was super young do it for to stop sweating and headaches and things is there any other tricks out there that people should know that maybe they need to go and see you and go get some Botox or whatever kind of treatment that could help?
Well, there are studies that show that Botox can help you know, alleviate depression. And it also helps with sweating, as you mentioned. I do it all the time. So I like that approach because then I can say you're using less deodorants, these chemical deodorants that can, you know, have been, some studies have shown that they've been linked to certain cancers. So there's a lot of, my work is a lot of like preventative and also like ensuring that you're healthy from the inside out. And that's really what I pride myself in, because I merge the realm of aesthetics with integrative medicine. And I sort of fuse that together so that I could help my patients like not just look good, but feel good.
Yeah, I like that. Is there anything that you've done, things that are like sexual enhancements or things?
Yes,
that okay.
Actually, we have a few procedures where I can inject PRP into your G-spot or your clitoris, and that'll enhance like your orgasms. And then we also have this machine called the Votiva, which is a radio frequency vaginal device that helps tighten the inside of the vagina and the outside as well. It'll help increase lubrication to the vagina. It'll help tighten your pelvic floor, and it'll help decrease if you're prone. It's not just for sexuality. It's also, you know, if you're prone to UTIs or yeast infections, it helps create a healthier vagina.
So what is the actual treatment? Is it like a wand type thing or an injection? It's a wand?
It's a wand. Well, okay. The PRP is an injection.
So how many treatments do you have to use to do that? Like, how does that work?
PRP, I'd say once a month, at least 3 times a year. It depends on, you know, if you're having lots of sexual dysfunction, and it depends on what your issues are. So that would be the minimum, and you know,
and that's to increasing your orgasm,
and also more lubrication as well.
Okay.
And then the Votiva is a wand, and it takes about honestly 30 minutes to do, and it's a wand. We go on the inside and the outside, and it helps tighten and lift and just all these great benefits.
Have you tried these yourself?
Yes.
And you love them, so you
yes.
swear by them.
I think they're great. A lot of times women think that they need rejuvenation after delivery. Mm-hmm. And yes, that's true. But I think any woman who's been sexually active would benefit from it, because as we, you know, if our face is aging, our vagina is aging. So
naturally.
Exactly.
That happens.
Yeah.
So as far as business and how you've kind of guided your profession, do you have any advice out there for people starting their own practice maybe, or, you know, trying to survive their business through COVID?
Yeah. Well, surviving through COVID, trying to be adaptable. Unfortunately, for some businesses, that's just not possible. And, you know, that breaks my heart. It's really sad. But I'd say trying to be as adaptable as possible. And for any physician or anybody wanting to start their own business, my approach was starting kind of small and expanding as appropriate, not over, you know, stepping my boundaries and taking things, and really educating myself in what I wanted to be practicing, and really focusing on that, and, you know, investing a lot into that, and into the education, and investing a lot into the practice in itself.
I think that's what a lot of people forget, is that we forget that, you know, it is a lot of investment in ourselves, you know, from the studying to you know, the business planning and just mapping it all out. It doesn't come easy. It is hard work still. So it's you know, you want to encourage those to, you know, stop talking about it, be about it. And then you know, you know, you can do it yourself. And so I think that's the hardest part, is people kind of take back, it's no, I worked really hard for this. You know, you have, you know, you're amazing, have uplifting women themselves, just by doing injectables, men, you know, people feel good. It's one of those things that you're kind of giving back as well.
Exactly.
And especially times like this, that's the least, you know, if we could do something and brighten someone's day, and just make them feel better when they're on their Zoom call.
Exactly.
Come in and come and see you.
Exactly. So, it makes me so happy when I'm able to help someone feel better, and when they, you know, tell me, because sometimes people forget to tell me when I do something, and it gives them extra confidence. I don't hear about it, but I love it when they come and tell me, and they're like, thank you so much, you know, for, you know, helping me with my confidence, whether it was something internal or external. It just means so much to me.
That's awesome. That you mean you love what you do. I think enough more people need to take that advice. Private talk. You go out there. If someone does a good deed, let them know. Let them go what it does to feel good about yourself. And it's like I feel like that probably inspires you more as well.
Yeah,
to like
absolutely.
To keep thriving in your business and making people beautiful and feeling good about themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let us know one more time where your practice is, so we can follow you and come and see you.
So my main practice is in Beverly Hills. And you can find me on Instagram. It's at Dr. Rahi MD. And my website is drrahi.com. And I also have a practice in New York. Oh, wow. But right now, I've been going back and forth, but I know there's like bigger shutdowns, so that might be on pause for a minute, unfortunately.
Bi-coastal, you got to keep all those things, got to keep it's best on both sides of the world.
Yeah.
I like that. So is your appointment, can we DM you? Do we have to, is it like you have a really busy booklet or a busy list because of, it's so crazy right now?
We're booked, but if you DM us, we can guide you on how to create an appointment, or you can call us or go on the website, and through the website, you can book an appointment.
Awesome. All right, Private Talk, I hope you are liking and loving this episode. Make sure you comment below and we will be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to play my favorite, Truth with Texas. Hello. We're back, Private Talk, and we are on the couch still with Dr. Rahi. We are getting to know all the great things that we need to go and invest in and go in and treat ourselves. Self-love, self-care. I'm all about all of that. So I'm definitely going to be seeing you very soon, ma'am. So my favorite part of my show is Truth with Texas. So we're going to play a Truth with Texas game. You're going to pick a card, and it's going to be all the aces, and each symbol means something else. We're going to get to know you a little bit better. Are you ready? Are you nervous?
Very nervous.
Don't be nervous. I don't bite too hard.
Okay.
Don't bite too hard. All right, here we go. Let's see, Private Talk. We've got the Ace of Diamonds. All right, we're going all the way. We're going spicy. Spicy. It's our spicy question in Private Talk. Okay, so have you ever had vacation one night stand sex? We're getting spicy here, Private Talk. Come on now.
I want the truth!
There never was that one time you went in like vacation, like Bora Bora, Cabo, somewhere, and you saw someone really hot, one night stand, and it just happened.
Maybe.
So that means yes. It's okay, girl. It all happens. You want to indulge a little bit? You want to tell us what at least vacation spot you were at?
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed right now.
Why embarrassed? Sex is a beautiful thing. You're a single lady.
I am a single lady.
So you can tell anything that you want to say. Private Talk is, we're your family here now. This is friends and family zone.
I'm trying to think.
So there's been multiple vacation spots. I like this, girl. See? Hawaii, was it? Are you a beach or in the snow kind of girl?
I've actually traveled a lot.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Ibiza.
Ooh,
because that's easy.
I like that. Okay, can you indulge about the Ibiza time? Oh, were you raving it up? Because Ibiza is a party town. Beautiful place.
I was really young, and can I not indulge anymore?
Yeah, but do you still talk to this person to this day at all?
No.
Facebook friends?
Yes.
Nice. We're connected somehow. That's good. See, it's not that hard. We're gonna baby step our way into it, Dr. Rahi. Don't be scared. All right. Next question. Ooh, spade. That's my favorite here because that's a Private Talk favorite. Naughty one. So, have you ever had public sex?
Oh my gosh. Maybe.
Nice. I have. It's kind of fun. It's like one of those, it's an adrenaline rush. We'll just, I'll help you out and tell your story since you don't want to talk about that one. We won't make you talk about that one, but we'll go on to the next question.
Thank you.
We're on your own comfort zone.
I feel like we're gonna have 4 questions?
There is.
Okay.
That's what I said in the beginning. It's 4 questions. You get all the aces. Each symbol means something different.
Oh, yes, you did say that.
A little bit
did
more
say that,
into
but
it.
I was so nervous I wasn't listening.
It's okay. We'll walk you through it. Private talk. We don't bite too hard. We're nice. We're friendly. We have a new guest, and Dr. Rahi. We were going to do a kinky question, which I probably think you think all of them are kinky.
Yes, I do.
That we're getting out of our comfort zone just a little bit. We're trying to
Okay.
We're single. We're having an open mind. You're with Miss Texas on the couch. Okay. We're good.
I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through it.
Is the craziest place you've ever had sex? Would it be like a plane, a car, a bed, a couch, a waterbed, the rug, floor, stairs, hallway?
That's so funny.
These are all places I've had sex. Literally.
I mean, maybe an alleyway?
Yes. Okay. There we go. We get an applause for that, Dr. Rahi. Great. Our last one. This is what I was hoping you were getting, because that's the romantic question, That's like, romantical. We wanted to start you off, but we just went, bam, and we get second from you. But you're doing a really good job. Again, I appreciate you being on my couch and being a guest with me. I hope you've had a lot of fun.
I have.
Okay, so our romantic question. Do you like playing or having music played while you're having intercourse? Or are you just like, it doesn't matter?
No, I like music.
So what's your your playlist, your sex list? Is it
Honestly,
R&B?
I think it varies. It depends.
So time and place. So it could be like a romantical setting. What would that be like?
I just like music playing all the time, I think.
Okay, so you're a music girl. Mm-hmm. I like that. See, that's the last question. It wasn't so bad. That was the easiest one, I think, of all of them. It's Truth with Texas can get a little spicy sometimes, but we're all friends. Hopefully you loved the show. I enjoyed your being a guest on the show and educating us on self-care and all of the beautiful things that you do for people to make us feel really great. And now I promised you that you can ask me one question. I know you were nervous and didn't know what it was in the beginning of this whole thing, but do you have a question for Miss Texas?
Do I have a question for Miss Texas? Sure. Where was the kinkiest place you've ever had sex?
The kinkiest place I've ever had sex was on a Southwest Airlines flight.
No way.
Yes. Wait.
Oh my God.
Private talk, we've heard this, but we'll tell our guests here, I have had sex on an airplane. I joined the Mile High Club.
Wait, can I ask a following question? Or
yes, we can. Now that you're more comfortable, you're like, man, what are all the questions?
Was it in the bathroom? Or
no, it was in our seat. He was in a middle seat and I was in the window seat.
How many questions am I allowed to ask about this?
How many do you want to ask, Doctor? You can ask another one.
One more.
You got 2 more questions.
2 more questions. Did you know him? Or
I did know him.
Oh, okay.
I did know him.
And how was the experience?
It was fun for the first minute or whatever, because the whole trying to get caught, whatever. And then I was like, fuck, I'm on a plane. I'm not trying to get caught and go to jail. So I'm like, you have to stop. And then I got really nervous. Yeah. And then I made him stop.
Yeah.
He didn't stop, but I stopped. And then he kept going. And then.
Nice. Great.
Wham, bam. Thank you, Private Talk Podcast. Yeah. So I definitely joined the Mile High Club. It was, when you're young, dumb, and full of cum, you do a lot of things that are you never really know what's going to happen, but that definitely happened. I don't take it back. It's a good story.
It is a good story.
It is definitely a good story.
It is a good story. Maybe Southwest will send you a voucher.
Or maybe kick me off. I don't know. It was so long ago. I never did any.
Maybe they'll ban you.
No banning. No, we can't ban Miss Texas. We have too much love for Miss Texas. I know it. Private Talk. Private Talk, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for having all those great comments and views since, at the time of COVID that we went through. I did a lot of live shows. I got to meet some of you guys. I had a lot of fun doing Truth with Texas with you guys, and we had fun doing Truth with Texas with Dr. Rahi as well. Thank you so much again for coming on, and I hope to come back and follow up, and we'll tell everybody what we did to my face.
Cool. Thank you. See you in my office.
All right.
Hey, I just finished the Private Talk podcast with Alexis, Texas. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel below.